Hello,
Good afternoon.
I'm Paulie,
Yeah, when I'm depressed.
and we're talking about a film.
Four weddings and a funeral.
Yes, a very happy film that I really love.
Is it happy?
It's fun, apart from the obvious, but it's good. I really
Is it
love.
fun?
Is it not fun? Is it unfun? Is it depressing for weddings and a funeral?
I'd say there's a lot. It's not just a happy, jolly film, is it?
Well, it's happy, jolly moments in it. It's funny.
There's happy,
It.
jolly moments in everything.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yes,
No, I'd be good. I'd be good saying, "Oh, it's a happy, jolly film."
Uh,
If you know, we'll
yes.
get to it.
I really like this movie. I've seen it recently, uh, and I yes, it's every time I watch it, I discover new things and new interesting little ways the film is built and sort of weaved
Hmm.
together, which I really like. It's I think probably smarter than most people give it credit for, and I love it. So, well, what did you hate it or did you just think it was okay?
Well, it's as you can as you are well aware. My mood's a bit all over at the moment.
Yeah,
This was an enjoyable distraction
that'll do.
from that within my own mind.
I will take that.
Yeah, that's the best you get.
So, yes, and our film opens um, with an alarm clock going off, isn't it?
Yes, as do most people's lives.
Yeah, and Hugh Grant, gosh, crikey, crikey, gosh, uh,
Good God. No, I
absent-minded.
think you'll find it's fuck, 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 fuck.
Yes, not yet. At the minute, it's
No,
just
he's
half asleep, turns it off, goes back to bed.
yes, but he doesn't go good golly, good gosh, does it?
Well, no,
It's very
that's
fuck, fuck, fuckity
that's what
fuck.
he's known for. Not being a pedant. Um, yes, and
When I have nothing else to do.
while he's fast asleep, we get other character. Well, we jump to another character, played by James Fleet of Vicar of Dibley fame, where he plays basically the same character, only not
You go.
nearly as rich. Yeah, he bounds out of bed with more energy than any human being has ever bounded out of bed.
That's a man who was already awake and ready for the alarm clock.
Yes, and he gets ready, and we see our other characters getting ready, and we essentially meet basically all of them.
Hmm.
We've got Tom and Fiona. Fiona is played by Kristen Scott Thomas, who are
Hmm.
terribly rich and getting ready, and you can tell that Fiona doesn't have a great deal of regard for her brother. Um, you've got Gareth, that's played by Simon Callow, who is enjoying a very large fry up,
Yep.
and his partner. It's not outright stated ever, I don't think, in the film that they're.
It's heavily implied.
Well, they don't need to state it because every they're all aware of it.
Hmm.
You know, he and his partner
Well,
Matthew.
oh no, hang on. No, I take issue with that
Okay.
because okay, we're gonna have to jump ahead a bit here. But shortly after the funeral, there's a
Ah,
conversation where they describe them as traitors in their midst.
no. Okay, I understand why you're saying that. You're wrong.
No, I'm fucking not based on what the script says.
No, you are wrong. The gist
Hmm.
no, the gist of that isn't they didn't know they were a couple. The gist of that is they didn't know they were essentially so close they might as well have been married. You know, that's the gist of that.
Well, I mean, considering that that's about as close as you could legally get back
Yeah.
then I don't take your point. I think you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong.
I think you're wrong, and you will respect that.
No, I won't. But I
You
will.
fucking will.
No, I won't. I won't discuss it
I will
anymore.
leave this fucking call right now.
Bye.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Right. Well, I guess I'm doing it on my own. So yeah, we get all our characters coming
Right,
together, and then
are you gonna respect the
oh,
fact that I
he's
have a different
back.
opinion? Are you gonna
I
respect my different opinion?
no, well, yeah, but you are wrong. It's other people at university. My that was the opinion of my film studies tutor who had watched the film for like the first time in an age. and he was wrong when he said that too. Of course, they know they're gay.
How? No, I'm not saying they didn't know they were gay.
Okay,
I never said that.
what are you saying?
The whole point is that the I forget his name, Graham or whatever the fuck it is. The guy who dies.
Gareth.
He made a point of that's the one. He was making a point about how he wants to go to a wedding for people who there's not a wedding ring amongst us,
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yes.
And the implication of that.
Yes.
The implication of that itself is that people they're all uncoupled, generally speaking, right?
Well, they're not married.
No.
Yes, that's what.
Because you couldn't get married. You couldn't get.
Oh my god!
They wouldn't have been able to get gay married then.
No.
Right. Okay. So the point is the fact that it was such a shock that they were as close as they are.
Yeah.
The fact that they are literally described as traitors in their midst.
Yeah.
Implies that they did not realise that they were a proper couple.
No, they definitely did.
No, but the fucking words he says.
No, what he means is he didn't really. They've seen their relationship in a new light. That's what he means. He just.
Respectfully, I disagree with.
Okay, fine. We're not going to get anywhere. Let's move on.
You will respectfully disagree with me as well.
Fine. I don't give a shit. Let's get on with it. Christ. Yes, and we meet Gareth and Matthew, and while this is going on, we cut back to Charles, who is still asleep, and eventually he does wake up.
Oh fuck!
Yes, and we get our fuck scene, and he wakes up Scarlett, his flatmate, and they're off to a wedding, the wedding of Angus and Laura, and wedding number 1. Of 4, and they're running terribly late, but they do arrive just in the nick of time, and it's a good thing too because Charles is the best man.
Yeah, it's a bit unreliable, isn't it?
Yeah, well, just so long as he's not forgotten the rings.
That'd be awful, wouldn't it, if he'd forgotten the rings?
He's forgotten the rings.
Oh no, what a calamity. As if this was a predictable situation for someone who is as unreliable as him.
Yes. Mercifully, he signals to Matthew, and Fee and Scarlett lend him 2 rings, both woefully unsuitable for the occasion. Fee's is like a skull ring, I think, and Scarlett's like a big garish sunflower sun thing, and but whatever, and we get the wedding, which is a proper English country summer wedding.
It's complete with cowpats.
Yeah, and a tent in a field, and it's lovely, and sort of plays into something I noticed, which is that at least for the first 3 weddings, they're sort of not a dreamlike, but an idealistic, sort of perfect, typical English sense of what a wedding is. Like in the first one, it's a lovely summer country village wedding. And the second one, it's in London, in a proper cathedral. And then in the third, it's like in a Scottish castle in the Highlands. And then for the funeral, the setting is completely brought down to earth and is very, very realistic. And it was just one of those things I noticed when I rewatched it recently. It was like, that's good setting work. That adds to the story. We meet our love interest, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes, Carrie.
Yeah.
Played by Andie MacDowell.
Andie MacDowell. Yeah.
What do you?
No relation to Malcolm, or is she related to Malcolm?
I actually think she might be.
Yeah.
Or maybe the spelling is slightly different.
I don't know. Tell you what, why don't I look that up while you tell us what happens next?
Yeah. What do you make of Andie MacDowell in this film?
Don't. Mate, I mean, she's all right. She does the job, I suppose, but she doesn't. She doesn't strike me as being the person I would want to strike up a relationship with.
I've always thought she was horribly wooden, um, especially when compared to the English cast, who are also great. But I do think that sort
They're
of,
not related.
ah,
It's a lot different.
but I do think that sort of works in the film's favor, really, because Carrie's meant to be an American and this sort of uh, unobtainable, desirable, sophisticated person, and all the English people are very real and flawed and awkward and trying to figure out what to do, and Carrie seems to have it all put together.
Mm.
And there's something about her performance, wooden as it is, and unintentional as I'm sure this was, that does work. And we get some funny scenes, like Charles talks to there's a guy at the wedding, and he asks him if he's still seeing that woman, or if she, and he goes, "Oh well, she's not my girlfriend anymore." He says, "Oh yeah, well, rumor had it she never stopped bonking this guy." And the guy reveals, actually, they got
Oh, what?
married. Yes, which is horribly awkward. And
Yeah.
Charles gives a wedding speech as best man, where he sort of says how in awe he is of anybody who can make that sort of commitment, which sort of hints at his arc in the film.
Mm.
That Charles has difficulty with commitment. That he gets so far with a woman, and then it all sort of fizzles out, and he can't bring himself to actually make the big step. We get the wedding party, and we have a folk singer couple, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Um,
Charles Dickens doesn't like it.
no, he doesn't. No. Incidentally, do you? There's no reason why you would, but do you know who plays the woman in that
No, I don't
group?
know who plays the woman in
Do you know who Nicola Walker is?
that. It's a name I recognise, but I hear so many names. I think I knew a Nicola Walker, so it's probably not that one.
Uh, what's she been in? Well, she's been in a lot of stuff, but I doubt you've seen anything of it. I'm just going to send you a picture of her because you've probably seen her. Um, yeah, yeah.
Show me.
It's just weird that it's an early role for her,
I
and they
recognise her face.
yeah, they're singing in the tent, and Bernard and Lydia pop up. And Lydia's a bridesmaid, just horribly depressed because she was promised sex if she was a bridesmaid.
Oh, she was in Thunderbirds from 2004.
Yes, and Lydia hasn't gotten any. And Bernard offers that he would step up to the role, and Lydia rebuffs him.
Hmm. For now.
Yeah. The plan is that they're all going back to Tom's house because Tom is terribly, terribly rich, and there's room for everybody, and they'll play Boggle, I think. Which Charles is down for, but then he gets chatting to Carrie, who's staying at the Boatman.
Hang on. I know why I recognise Nicola Walker.
Uh-huh.
It's because she was in the one episode of Jonathan Creek that stuck with me.
What's that?
It's the one where you've got the people who are apparently dying of fright in the pub
Oh, right.
in the inn, and they're all being electrocuted. And
Yes.
I can't remember who she was in it, but I like that's an episode that stuck with me.
Well,
She's
yes,
in that.
she's
Amongst other things.
yes, she's the folk singer.
Mm.
Yes. So Carrie's staying at the Boatman, which is the pub that Charles is going to stay at, and he
Yeah.
sort of ends up going off with Tom. And as they leave, Bernard and Lydia are furiously making out.
Well, that won't go anywhere, surely.
Probably not. So they're driving home and they're singing, taking the piss out of the folk couple, and Charles stops the car and ends up leaving to chase this opportunity with Carrie at
Yep.
the Boatman. And he arrives. You get a bit of a scene with a chap called George, who he went to university with Angus's brother, who buggered him senseless but taught him a thing or two about life. And they're sort of chatting, and Carrie she was there, and then she disappeared because George is sort of stalking her, essentially.
Yeah, he thinks he's in there
Yes,
with Kathy.
yes, and she's very quick to say no, he definitely wasn't. And then we get the waiter, I guess. He comes through and tells Charles, "Oh yes, your wife is in room number 10. In case you're so pissed you've forgotten." It's like, "Oh yes, my wife." Of course, it's Carrie, and they spend the night together, and it's lovely. But she's heading home to the US.
I found all that flirty stuff in the room a bit awkward, personally.
I
But
did too.
as someone who's got quite natural charisma in the heat of a moment, I thought it was awkward. I had trouble watching it.
Hmm. Yeah, it was. It was sort of um, like movie sex.
Yeah, which I suppose it's going to be because it's a movie in it. But you want something a bit more raw and real.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so Carrie's going back to America. They're
Yeah.
probably not going to see each other again, which is a bit.
But not before she jokes about how, are we going to get married now?
When are we
'Cause
going to
we've
set the
fucked.
date? Yeah. Yes. But yeah, 3 months later, and Charles and Scarlett are late to another wedding. This time it's Bernard and Lydia.
That was quick.
Yes. They didn't waste any time, and they're getting married in a big London cathedral. And there's some interesting background work with their parents, where Lydia's parents seem very, very pleased, and Bernard's parents don't, which is, yeah, that's nice. Um, and Rowan Atkinson is a vicar. He's doing his vicar routine.
Yeah, he's conducting the ceremony this time. He's a friend of a family or something.
Yes,
And we met him at the previous wedding because he's learning how, and this is his first ceremony.
yes,
So
yes. And he mucks it up a fair bit. And to make matters worse, well, it's actually rather nice that everybody applauds him when he's done, which is very sweet. And Bernard and Lydia don't seem very patient with him, which is nice.
mm,
Tom's best man speech, so I actually thought was rather fun. Does not go down particularly well. Um, Charles is sat with all of his ex-girlfriends,
yep.
which is horribly uncomfortable for him, especially when they all start
Hmm.
making fun of one they called Miss Piggy,
Yeah,
and turns out she's at the table.
because of course you would be.
Yep.
You'd think they would realise the fact that so many of them are there.
Well, not
It would be better not
necessarily.
to.
Um, he also meets Duckface, as
Yeah,
he calls her.
Henrietta.
Henrietta is played by God, what's her name? Hang on. Anna Chancellor.
Mm,
Love Anna
yes,
Chancellor.
of course it is.
Yeah, and she's horribly upset.
Mm.
And he accuses him of being a serial monogamist. And Charles to
You mean a bachelor?
yeah,
Bachelor?
yeah. And to make matters worse, he's also bumped into Carrie, initially very
Yes.
excited, only to find out she's engaged to some Scottish guy who comes across as a bit of a dick called Hamish.
Yeah.
And
Whoops.
yeah, he ends up in a room sort of on his own, and who should come in but Bernard and Lydia, who do not see him and end up having sex on the bed loudly.
Yeah.
It's all horribly awkward for poor Charles.
It is. It doesn't last very long though.
No, they're gearing up for round two,
Yeah.
and he jumps out of the little cupboard he was accidentally walked into, and holds up a pen and says, "Ah, got it," and walks out. And that's when we have the scene with Henrietta,
Yeah.
and he does Carrie does come back, and they take a taxi away, and they sleep together again. And once again, it's like, well, they're parting ways. Their timing's not been great. And to make matters worse, a month later, wedding number 3 is Carrie and
Yep.
Hamish.
Oh my God, that's going to be unfortunate for him.
Yes.
But
Charles.
that's fine because he can just talk to Scarlett about the job that she might be getting at a place called Spank that sells rubber stuff perverts might like.
Yes, I knew you. I knew that would stand out to you. um, she does make the point that it's probably very useful because it's very easy to clean.
That's probably why the perverts like it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I tell you what, we would not have had a Bill Clinton scandal in the 90s if she'd been
Monica
wearing rubber.
Lewinsky was wearing a gimp suit. If
I'm
if
just saying.
if the uniform code of conduct of the White House stipulated that interns had to wear gimp suits,
Or if he'd been wearing a rubber.
quite. So Charles goes.
Anyway,
So Charles goes shopping for a wedding gift.
yeah.
Carrie, they've got a list. He goes into this shop and there's a very snooty woman working behind the counter because he can't afford anything in there.
Yeah.
There's a pygmy warrior on sale for like $7,000 or something.
It's four.
Four?
It's $4,000. She reckons he asked what they have for in a more £50 sort of price range, and she says, "Oh, we've got a Pygmy Warrior. If you can find someone else to chip in the other 3,950."
Or you could get
It stuck with me.
a shit ton of carrier bags.
Yes.
And he bumps into her, and they go for lunch. And after doing the whole wedding dress shopping thing,
Yeah.
and then they talk through their previous partners, and Carrie has a long, long list.
33 of them.
Yes, and Charles has how many?
I don't know.
It's like 5, 6, something like that. And then Charles realizes once again he's late, and he's late to meet his brother David,
Who's deaf.
Who's deaf. And he arrives, and we get a little bit of a scene where there's some, fun made of the fact that they're having this conversation via sign language that Carrie doesn't understand. And
Very hilly.
yes, and Charles abandons his brother to chase down Carrie and confesses his love to her in a sort of really roundabout Hugh Grant sort of way.
Yeah.
And she gently rebuffs him.
As you would, because she's engaged.
Yeah. And then it's time for the
To a
wedding.
man, one she assumes. Well, we have to assume that she has at least some level of affection for the man she's marrying.
Presumably, yeah. She doesn't seem like
Yes.
the blatant gold digger type, does she?
No. I would like to just circle back to David briefly. Because we do meet a woman at the first wedding who spots him and is attracted to him and learns that he is deaf. And we find out by the second wedding that she has been learning sign language so that she
Yes.
can communicate with him.
It's awfully sweet.
Because all of these people go to each other's fucking weddings, it seems.
Yes, it's
one massive social circle.
Yes, London English high society. Everybody knows each other, which is really weird. It sort of bothers me that Charles and Tom are good enough friends of Angus and Bernard, respectively, that they can be best men at each other's weddings, but they don't appear. They don't attend weddings with each other. I don't know. It's strange. It's time for Carrie and Hamish's wedding at Scottish Castle, and we get the speech, as you mentioned earlier, from Gareth, who says that he does want to attend the wedding as someone he genuinely loves for a change.
Yeah.
So that's their mission for the night. Tom tries it on with somebody, and he attempts to flirt by saying a rather large number of people meet their spouses at weddings. She says, "Yes, I met my husband at a wedding." And later, if you pay close attention, later you can see her hand in hand with a vicar.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought I like that. Scarlett meets this giant Texan guy called Chester.
Mm-hmm.
We get a really sad scene between Charles and Fiona, where Fiona says that she's basically always been in love with him, and it's awfully sad because he doesn't feel the same way.
Oh, I'm sure she'll find someone else.
Yeah, another Charles.
She won't be entirely over the first, of course.
No. Gareth has some fun torturing Americans, which Phoebe remarks is very kind of him. He's talking to an American woman, saying that while he doesn't know Oscar Wilde personally, he can get his fax number for her. It's fun, and then he overexerts himself dancing.
Yeah.
And while the speeches are being given, he has a heart attack in the back room. And Gareth dies. and we've had 3 out of 4 weddings. There's now time for the funeral.
Bum bum bum.
Yes, and it's a sort of bleak. It's like a council estate. The weather's sort of glum and overcast and a bit
It's
shit.
next to a fucking industrial
Yeah,
complex.
there's like a power station there as well. It's very, it's very real and unromantic. It's decidedly unromantic in terms of
Yeah.
setting, and even like the faces at the funeral, the people in the crowd seem more real. There's more people of color in that scene than in the entire rest of the film, I think. More older people. There's some disabled people.
There's
It's
certainly more stereotypically gay-looking people.
yes, yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
There are people who look like they are members of the gay community. It's
Absolutely,
I know it sounds like some kind of homophobic statement to make, but it's intentional, isn't it?
it is intentional. There's it's a wider um, what do you want to say? It's a wider view of British society than the
Yeah.
fairly narrow upper class white view that we get from the weddings. Um, and we get the most famous scene in the film where Matthew recites Funeral Blues, which is a beautiful poem by W.H. Auden.
Hmm.
And
Just like Mick.
well,
Just like Mick.
you're gonna have to explain that.
Is that what not the thing that Mick reads at the funeral or at the wedding or whatever it is in Gavin and Stacey? Doesn't he do that? Does he read that out at some point?
I don't think so.
Larry Lamb. I definitely know Larry Lamb's read it somewhere.
I'm gonna look this up now.
Uh, Appearances.
No,
I feel like I know so little about fucking Gavin and Stacey.
I don't think that poem is ever in Gavin and Stacey.
Funeral blues. Gavin and Stacey is suggested.
uh,
It's a suggested thing.
uh,
So season 3, episode 6. I had a good chortle at Dave Coach's choice of wedding poem. W.H. Auden's Funeral Blues. Is a comment from The Guardian
all right.
from January 2010.
Well, it was a niche reference. Well,
May
well
not have
done.
been Mick that read it.
Yeah. So after that, Fee takes Scarlett home, and Tom and Charles do walk off and they have a discussion, and they sort of realise that is there much point if we can't have what Gareth and Matthew had? And Tom is endlessly optimistic and is utterly confident that it'll happen.
He wasn't after a Thunderbolt moment. He just wanted something nice.
Yes, just someone nice.
Effectively.
He worked for mother and father till the divorce, but yes, and it seems like this whole funeral and the visible display of grief from Matthew sort of encourages Charles to finally commit.
Oh,
Oh,
I made a note here that I didn't say. He arrived on time for a funeral.
yes, it would have been weird if to continue that joke with
Yeah,
that. It's worth
he
noting.
arrived on time.
Yes, he was late to the 3 weddings and shopping with his brother. Um, and it's a joke that's going to continue and be resolved because 10 months later, Charles is getting married.
To whom?
We don't know yet, but he's waken up by 50,000 alarm clocks, which Tom has set,
Yeah.
and Matthew's there, and they're all chatting around. He mentions that it's 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 o'clock, something like that. I can't remember the time. And
He wanted them to set it for 8 o'clock, but they tell him that it's 45 minutes until the wedding,
yes,
and so he rushes to get ready.
yes,
And by the time they get to the church, it turns out that it's only about 10 to 9
yes,
because they lied to him.
yes. They lied to him, and he's very unhappy with that.
Yeah,
But it's probably for the best because he probably would have been late.
yeah, probably.
And our gang get to sit down and have a chat, and Bee's dressed in colourful clothes, which is marks a departure for her. And she mentions that she doesn't necessarily approve of his choice, but it is Charles's choice. And he proposes a toast to Charlie and Duckface.
Yeah,
We get the reveal that he's marrying Henrietta.
of all people.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, and they go in, and Tom meets like a distant cousin, and clearly has the Thunderbolt moment.
Thunderbolt. Yeah.
Yes. Chester shows up, which is nice. So relationships are growing, and Matthew and Charles have a nice little moment because Matthew is his best man, and they talk about how Gareth wish he was here to see this,
Hmm.
and who should show up but Carrie,
Oh my god.
and she's ended things with Hamish.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? You
Not the
couldn't
best time to say
you
that to.
couldn't have sent a letter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Charles having serious second doubts now,
Yeah. Now
and
that she's an option,
yes, as
honestly.
as other people show up, we get
Because there's no reason why she'd be there and say that if she wasn't open to the idea.
yeah, she
Right.
that's yes, it's clearly one of those hopeful things that she hasn't fully thought out. She just wants to she just feels it's right.
I'm going to read my notes I've made about this.
Yeah.
Word for word. He's having doubts about the whole wedding thing now that Carrie's a potential option, but of course it's a bit late to back out now, being British and wanting to be polite and all. I mean, it might work in The Graduate, but we're not animals like the Yanks.
Absolutely. We grin and bear it. Thank you very much. And but Charles is clearly falling apart. We do get some other characters show up. Angus and Laura have kids.
I didn't like Henrietta's personality either, to be honest with
Well, she's sort of fine up until this last wedding.
you. So I wasn't keen on her. I thought she was a bit. I don't know how to put it.
She's
Again, I wouldn't have been interested myself.
she's fine, really. But the issue is, given what Charles is about to do, you need to feel less guilty about it. So we get scenes where she sort of snaps a bridesmaid's hand away from her flower arrangement, and when her father's walking her down the aisle, she snaps at him as well for holding her onto her too tight.
I can't explain why, but I wasn't keen on it before we got to the wedding point. Even previous stuff we saw, it wasn't something like this to me. Something like the whole dilemma only really works if you think that one or both options. But it's like if you think that either the option that is supposedly the one that they're morally going to go with, or if you think both options are good. And I
Well,
didn't really feel like either option was good, personally.
I
If it had been me in his shoes, A, I wouldn't have had the illicit affair with her while she was engaged to Hamish, and B, there wouldn't have been a wedding for us to not have. So,
yeah, but it makes
you
sense
know,
character-wise for Charles to have gotten to the point where he has, I think. To be in this
yeah.
position where he's getting married to someone because he sort of feels like he probably ought to. And I think the way it's set up, it's not necessarily a question of who will Charles choose. We know that the right choice. We want him to end up with Carrie, as the audience in general. We do. It's just a matter of will he have the nerve to do it, to get out of this. How will he get out of this one, sort of thing.
Well, I'm sure there's three options.
Yes, as well. David does tell him there's three options. The first is to go along with it. The second is to call it off. And he hasn't thought of a third yet, which is touching.
Yeah.
So out they go when Henrietta arrives. And when it comes to objections, David bangs on the sort of aisle thing, banister, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And gets everybody's attention. And Charles reads out what he's saying, which is that the groom is having doubts and that he's in love with somebody else.
He suspects he's in love with somebody else.
Yes, suspects he's in love. Yes.
Yes.
And the vicar says, "Do you, Charles? Do you?"
And he
Charles
follows
goes,
Carrie's advice from earlier, which is whenever they ask you a question, say I do.
and he says, I do. And Henrietta fucking decks him,
Yeah.
which is fair enough. Because he's clearly broken her heart before.
I think that it's established that she was under the impression that he was probably going to propose to her before, but knowing
Yes.
who he is as a person, he was never going to propose before, and she'd got in her head about that, and that broke her heart
Yes.
because she misunderstood who he was and where he was at as a person.
Yes. And now,
I don't necessarily think that's his fault.
no, but
It could be perceived as his fault.
it's still unpleasant for her.
Him then getting to this point, having known
Leading
that
a
because they've
review.
established that as a specific conversation they had,
Yes.
justifies him being at least slapped.
It doesn't paint him in a good light, and even Fee says that she's not a fan of Henrietta, but I think what you did then was pretty unforgivable. Might actually be unforgivable, and I think it probably was.
Yeah.
And then Carrie shows up.
Yeah, because he's got to face the music as well. If there's going to be any music, he's got to face it.
Yes. Well, we get a funny scene where David. For some reason, none of the others know sign language, which is a bit rude. But he signs that he blames himself, and of course the others are like, "No, it's not his fault." And Charles says, "Yeah, they all blame you too." And he goes out, and it's Carrie. And
in the rain.
Yeah, they discuss their feelings for each other. And he mentions that it's raining, and she says, "Is it raining? I hadn't noticed."
It is still raining.
Still raining, yes. And he says, "Could you, after we get to know each other a lot more, could you maybe find your way to agreeing not to marry me?" And she does. And they kiss, and we get a thunderbolt, and we get our "Where Are They Now" montage.
Yeah, and everyone seems to end up getting married.
Yeah, Henrietta's married someone who looks like a goose. I always thought.
I can't remember. The only one that stuck to me was Fiona.
Fiona marries Prince Charles. Scarlett marries the Texan guy. David marries the sign language girl.
Yeah.
Tom marries his cousin. Matthew's with someone new.
Distant cousin.
Yeah, sure. And Carrie and Charles have a kid. And that's the end of the film, and we get our wet, wet, wet. Play us out.
The song that was number one when we were born.
It was huge at the time. It was fucking everywhere, that song.
Yeah, it was like number one for like 12 weeks or something stupid.
I like it. So yeah, that's Four Weddings and a Funeral. And
it is indeed.
It's still fucking great. I still love it. I mean, I think it benefits from having such a regimented structure. You know, where you stand with Four Weddings and a Funeral. You know, you have 5 settings.
I was wrong. It was 15 weeks.
Yeah, you have 5 settings to work with. You can split your film into those 5 separate parts. You know, every time I watch this, I never feel like it's going on too long. It's very nicely segmented, I think. Yeah, it's great. And you thought it was a decent escape from all your woes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did the job that it needed to do at the time.
Well, I will take that. So,
but it's as high praise as anything's fucking getting at the moment, so.
Fair enough. So, yes. Well, with that in mind, it's your turn next week.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
So what have you got? How are you going to punish me?
Right, you've got a choice between 2. Do you want the gang film or do you want the sci-fi?
Is this going to be like when you asked me to choose a video game and I accidentally chose?
No, it's just a straight choice. Gang film or sci-fi?
I don't really have a preference. Let's go gang film.
Okay, in that case, we're going to be watching a movie from 1979.
Oh.
This is The Warriors.
Oh.
I saw this film exactly once. I only ever watched the film because I really enjoyed the video game, which is widely regarded as a fantastic video game.
Okay.
It's from an era when video games were of lesser quality than they tend to be these days. But as far as video games go, it's better than the movie, but the movie's, I want to watch the movie again. So, yes, 1979's The Warriors.
It's got
Will be.
Dexter's dad in it.
I'll take your word for it.
No, it has
It's been a while since
James
I've.
Remar is in it. That's Dexter's dad.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our choice for next week.
Well, okay then. Bye.
Bye everyone.